a naval air station. We're going to finally shoot this Q&A of some RV life questions that we've received. We're not doing an full RV tour right now. I'm just going to show you the outside since this is where we are. This is going to be where I'm putting the camera. There's Sean. Show the toys. There's the toys. This is my new motorcycle I just bought. Just bought her yesterday. Whew. Dang, there's Sean's. There's my beauty.
You in frame all the way? Yep, I'm in frame.
Alright. Here's some questions.
You gotta do this thing where you put the question on the screen and then come back to us.
I might be able to do that.
Or put it underneath, like boom, like right here, like underneath the question.
Oh, the question could go right here?
Yeah.
I like that. Hey guys, welcome to today's video. We'll be answering some questions about RV living and just some general questions that people have who follow me on Instagram, which is Bacon, Egg, and Cheese. I put up a questionnaire. Yeah, where Sean's pointing. Sean, point where the bacon, egg, and cheese. Yeah, right there. I put up a question box and people asked some questions about what it's like. For those who don't know, we live full-time in an RV. We live in a
Grand Design fifth wheel. The 2020. Top of the line, because I don't skimp on. I'm just kidding. It's it fit our price range and fit what we wanted, and so we went with the Grand Design mid-bunk version. It's 367 BHS.
We're currently staying at an RV park on Whidbey Island, Naval Air Station Whidbey Island. It's called Cliffside RV Park. So, with that said, let's get on to the questions. So let's start with financials of living in an RV. Let's I'll let you take this one.
Well, starting off, living in the military, you kind of, or being in the military, you move around so much, and there's so much responsibility that's already put on you. So, like, buying a house was something that we weren't comfortable with at this point in our life, and we were tired of renting. So, we know that fifth wheels depreciate. We knew that going in hand, but also at the same time, renting is 100% depreciation. In our last place, just to put a figure down, it was $1,500 a month, not including utilities or anything, which is $18,000 a year. So
just going down the drain.
Yeah, just going down the drain.
Back from that.
Yeah. So here, like at RV parks and everything, utilities and everything are usually included with the monthly payment or for rent, I guess, for that time being. So. Yeah, we did a 20-year payment plan on this, and our minimum payments is $400, but we're doing 3 times that to try to pay it off as fast as we can, but still we're under that $1,500 mark still. And here on base we kind of move around a lot, but right now our monthly rate here is $840 a month. So we're doing about $1,000 on the RV and $800 a month for our place to stay.
For rent.
Yeah, for rent.
Yeah, so to sum it up, we would have been paying $1,500 just for renting a house, not including utilities and
that was in Kingsville.
Was
here
in
the rent is about, like, for just an okay place is around $1,800 to $1,900 a month for just a 3-bedroom house, and that's not including utilities or anything. So
here we get to pay $800 for rent, and that includes utilities and water, all that stuff.
And on top of the extra payment that we're making on the RV, which is about $1,000 a month that we're doing right now. So that's about $1,800 a month that we're doing it. But at the same time, we're not doing it for the financials. It was more of the alternative lifestyle.
I mean, the finances was a catalyst because, like you said, we didn't want to buy a house, and here in Washington, especially Whidbey Island, houses are very expensive and they're mostly fixer-uppers, and we didn't want to buy a house we had to fix up. So we wanted a simpler life, and we'll get into that. That's some of our questions, but that's kind of the finances of it. And so the second half of this question was, how much do you save? We also want to mention, we bought a very big RV because, and that was by choice. We could have saved money by doing this and getting a smaller RV and a RV that wasn't as new. So you can do this lifestyle and do it a different route and actually save a ton of money. But that wasn't our intention. We just knew we didn't want to sink a ton of money into a home and fix it up. We wanted to spend our money in something that we at least get to get out of it at the end, and that doesn't take our time. Like, we don't have to fix this up. It's new. So,
Oh, one other thing is, like, if you make payments on an RV, you can write those off in your taxes as well.
Oh, fun fact. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So,
Plus side RV parks.
yeah, I agree. It's where we are right now. So I don't think I mentioned, we only started living in an RV and started our RV adventures in March. It's currently August 10th. So we haven't been too many places. It's because of COVID. We haven't really traveled many places. The most we traveled was when we were bringing the RV from Texas to Washington when we moved here, and we boondocked a lot, and we stayed at a nice place in Kennewick, Washington. But this RV park, Cliffside, is our favorite by far. I think you can tell by the views. I'll show you more shots, but Cliffside.
So yeah, the only thing we did was add a Wii Boost, which is just a cell booster, because we had no service pretty much everywhere we went. But now we ran the antenna from up above, and then it kind of transmits a signal inside, and we went from no service to 4 bars. So.
Yes, we just drilled a little hole into the back, into one of our cabinets, and it's only like a modification. But
yeah,
this is
we also did the vent covers too on the roof.
Oh yeah, we put some vent covers up on the roof. But this is a 2020 or 2019? This is a 2020. So we purposely kind of wanted a turnkey. We didn't want to do any DIYs. So no, nothing huge.
No.
That was one of my biggest concerns that I was really afraid of. I thought, like, I could never live in an RV. It's such a small space. But we have more than enough room. This thing is huge. We have the living room. We have a middle room that's by itself, and then we have our main room.
And we have the outside.
And we have outside.
Spend most of our time.
Yeah, we honestly spend most of our time outside. So it's pretty cool. That's our neighbors. I have a feeling they're probably gonna come say hi. Which it kind of goes into this question of, like, we spent a lot of our time outside. Like, when we lived in a house, we spent most of our time in front of the TV indoors. We didn't really know our neighbors, so we have plenty of space. And long story short, no, we don't feel squished. We have plenty of space, but again, that probably has a lot to do with, we bought a big rig, and then we utilize the outdoors. Okay, so
a few moments later.
Favorite thing is saying that we get to live in an RV. I think people are just jealous, and they say they can't do this lifestyle, but they have yet to say why. They talk about room and space and everything, but I don't know. It's just.
My favorite thing is we're outside so much more. There's so much more of a community. Just simple things like bonfires on a Tuesday night. We did a movie night on a big projector at our neighbor's screen the other weekend. So just that part of it. Okay, did you want to say hi on the YouTube?
Actually, come old on the YouTube.
come on. Oh, we'll ask Gabe what his favorite thing is. Before the next jet comes, what's your favorite thing about living in an RV?
It's a really small environment that you can use to a very, it's just fun because it's a lot more portable.
It's a lot more portable. I completely
What's your
agree.
least favorite?
What's your least favorite thing?
That I'm pretty much the only person that's gonna stay here forever.
Oh, you don't like that your friends, you make friends and they leave.
Yeah, they do super fast.
That's true. That's true. Okay. All of the sounds and distractions have gone away. So basically, we really couldn't come up with a least favorite thing. The thing Gabe said was that it's hard because he makes friends and then they leave. So that's kind of a bummer.
We stay around the local area, so like our friends are in the local area. We just kind of move around from campground to campground.
Well, we did meet an awesome couple who live in Seattle and they moved away, so like that's a bummer. But I guess the turnover, that could be a hard part, but it's also kind of cool because then we're constantly meeting new people. So okay, next question. Yes, I definitely want to eventually be back in a house when we have a bigger family. This is also a perfect situation for us. We live in an RV because it's just the two of us. That's also why we wanted to do it now. But eventually, yes, I want to have a house. We don't have a timeline though, so we're living it up and doing this until life changes. But right now, there's no exact date.
Yeah. Easy, just threw away everything.
No, it was not. It was easy for Sean because I was doing a lot of it.
Well, Megan has like 9 drawers and a whole wardrobe, and
I
have 2 drawers and a piece of that wardrobe, like this section.
Actually, we were living in a 4-bedroom house, so that was a ton of downsizing. So I think if we, let's see, I think what made it so difficult is we were moving at the same time we were making the transition. So I had to put things like what the movers, did the movers come? Yeah. What the movers were taking, what we were getting rid of, and then what we were putting in the RV. So it was a ton of all at once. It was overwhelming. But once we did it,
For her.
Yes,
So freeing for me.
Because it was overwhelming for me because I did all of it. You did one room and I did all the other rooms. He had his one office and I did all the other rooms. So, oh, and the kitchen. I did the kitchen. I did our master. I did the other office, and I did our guest room. So it was difficult, but once we got in here, it was great because we didn't have much stuff. All of our other stuff is in storage.
Yeah, we don't even need that stuff. I want to get rid of it.
It's currently in storage. I have to figure out what we want to do with it. But
Give me 10 minutes. How about that?
10 minutes.
We're finishing the video.
I kind of already answered that. I separated the house into 3 different sections: what we were going to get rid of, what we're going to put in storage, and what we're going to bring with us. So
And what we're going to donate. Well, it was kind of hard to donate to Goodwill or anything, so a lot of things we gave away to whoever we could, but the rest we had to throw out.
yeah, that was a bummer. So we did this whole move during COVID, so we had a ton of stuff we wanted to sell, couldn't sell it, so we ended up just giving a lot of it to Goodwill. And then there's a few people I worked with who...
But we couldn't give it to Goodwill.
Oh my gosh, we couldn't. We had a pile for... I'm sorry. Yeah, we had a pile for Goodwill, and we couldn't even give it away. So, yeah, a lot of it we had to just go bring to the landfill. I pretty much answered this in the beginning. Due to the military lifestyle, constantly moving to Whidbey Island, we didn't want to pay for a house, and we didn't want to keep spending money on rent. So it just made the most sense to try this lifestyle out. And like I said, we don't have kids, so which there's plenty of people who have kids and do this, but it was an easier reason to go ahead and...
No, it's just a more simpler lifestyle. Most people spend most of their money on their house and spend all this money on these decorations and everything. They don't even use half their house.
Yeah.
You know, you're spending money on things you don't get to use. So here, like, we didn't even force ourselves outside. We just go outside, we explore. Like, it's so much better. It's an alternative lifestyle. Not...
Yeah.
Even if, like, it costs the same or even it costs more. Like, I'm so much happier now with this lifestyle than living in a house.
Yeah, I feel like it's one of those things where you won't understand until you visit someone who's living that lifestyle, because I had my nose up to it the whole time whenever Sean talked about it. And then when we actually went and looked at RVs, I finally kind of understood what he was talking about. And now I think we have people over way more than when we did when we had a house. Like, people always want to come and hang out with us here, even though they have homes. We live in an RV. They always want to come here and hang out. We have a fire out here, and we just have get-togethers way more often than we did when we lived in a house. So it's just, I think everyone finds it so interesting because it's not normal, but I think it's becoming more normal. Like, we see more and more people doing this because people finally, I think, see all the benefits. So I think that about answers all the questions. If you guys have any extra questions that maybe we didn't answer, put them down in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hopefully you liked having Sean in this video. I think it's fun whenever I get to have him in a video. But any last words?
Well, you can get rid of this awkward pause. Well, I think.
I'll see about it.
Yeah. Skip to when I'm saying stuff. Less junk, more journey.
Yeah, I think you took that from somebody.
I did,
But agreed. So maybe you've inspired some of you to at least look into seeing what it would be like to, if you're not gonna go.
Do what makes you happy. And don't care what other people say. You know, if it fits within your means and you can do it, do it.
Yeah. It's I think it's really cool doing something that not everybody does. It's fun not to be normal. So thank you guys so much for watching. Bye!
That's how it works. I win and
What are you guys playing? What a little precious baby!
does it have a sand?
A waterfront view without having to pay the price. Man, this is massive, isn't it?